What's up, patience? Dr. Lacey, we're back. This time we're upgrading these old Danganronpa models to be more accurate and to fit in with some of my other models and projects. So let's get into this one. Be sure to join my Discord, discord.gg/dsndrc. A few days ago I started working on a winter fight Hope's Peak courtyard. I have a Hope's Peak model I wanted to winter fire for Christmas and stuff. And then I realized, I don't have enough character models for it. So I went and took some old MMD models, which I showed them in the intro, and I decided I'm gonna renovate them to fit in with my actual models that I've done. You can watch the Sonya Nevermind and the Ibuki Miyoda videos on the channel. The process for renovating these models is actually really simple. All you're gonna want to do is you're gonna go into edit mode, select everything, merge everything by distance because MMD models use a lot of split normals. Then you're gonna go into proportional editing mode by pressing O, and you're just gonna move it around over a reference until it looks somewhat accurate to the reference. Just what the main priority of what you're gonna do is just changing and morphing around the model until it looks accurate in flat view. Then you're gonna just completely restart the textures. Most of the models, I think I messed up here. What I should have done is I should have upscaled it and just made a new texture, like a 2K scale texture, 2K, 4K, whatever you want to do, depending on what you're going to do. And then you're just going to want to go over it. What I did on this one though, because a lot of MMD assets have that issue where it only UV maps half the face, is you're going to completely unwrap the face and then bring it in so that you can actually texture in all the shadows properly. And for the parts where there aren't really enough detail in them, I just took them out and re-UV mapped them so I could add more line art and stuff, especially for the mouth and the nose lines. You're probably gonna have to re-UV map those. Just bring in those ears. And it is kind of fun to do these. The eyes, I completely redid the eyes. I remodeled the eyes from scratch, which isn't really a big accomplishment, it's just a circle. But it's easier because you can mask out the specific lines around the landmarks, and the black outlines, the black dot in the middle, the highlights around it. It's fun. Here you can see the consequence of me just going over the original texture is that it's super bad. You know what? Actually, let's just go check the resolution of this texture. Surely it's like 1024 by 1024, right? 800 by 800. It's like if this model was meant for an actual Danganronpa game on the PS Vita. That's probably what it'd be. That's my bad. So I promptly went to Photoshop and just scaled it to 2K, 2048 by 2048. That's standard. And then I had to go. I think there's a cut somewhere around here where I skipped, where I just went over all of the highlights and shadows I already did. Anyways, generally the workflow that I'm doing for this is exactly how you're seeing it. It's so cookie cutter and easy. I guarantee you anyone could do this. I could pick up a random child from the sped classroom of any school and teach them how to do this. And that's why I'm teaching you, because you're all from the sped classroom of my school. I don't know what else to say. I don't have a script. I just kind of wing these, and I left too much footage on the end of this one, so I started playing Fortnite. The new chapter just dropped. I was at the live event. It was pretty cool. Juice World. Basically, for these lines that you're gonna do, you're just gonna grab a brush, any brush, except it's the default blender brush, so not any brush, and it's not any type of brush because you're gonna want to set your fall off to constant so you can get that nice sharp edge. Speaking of edge, you're gonna set your palette to your light color and your dark color. You're gonna set your dark color. You're just gonna splat it like a blob of paint on your thickest brush, and then you're gonna go back with your light brush and just smooth it out. Not smooth it out, jag it out. You're gonna have a sharp edge on the end, kind of like you're carving out your brick of paint. That was the head done. Now we're doing the body. Do the same thing. This time I actually remember to set the clothing to a higher resolution, and I picked these colors out from a different anime screenshot because I didn't want to do the school outfit. I've done them too many times. For the hair, you use the inverted hole method, or I just call them an outline, like a normal person. I don't know why everyone has to use these super expensive names. I don't know what a hole is. Inverted hole? That means it's backwards. I know what an inverted means. Basically, you're going to grab a solidify modifier. You're going to invert the normals by pressing the flip checkbox. Create a new material, make that pure black. That's going to be your outline color, so you can set that whatever you want. You could even put an image texture on it and make it like a rainbow. You can do whatever you want. Then send the black material to the back of the material listing, and then on your modifier, you're going to change your material offset to just scroll it down, and then you'll have outlines, I guess. Yep. A part of doing like the shadows, especially on parts that don't really have good references, like the hoodie, it's just kind of, I have no idea where the wrinkles are supposed to go. I'm horrible at finding the folds. I hope a lot of people can relate to that because I struggle so hard with doing like the folds and the shadows and stuff because I never like consciously understood where I'm supposed to put them. But I guess now it's just kind of like an unconscious thing. Like, yeah, I guess that's where the folds go. And I guess it's just trial and error until it looks right, I guess. But it's easier in anime stuff. I feel like anime has to be one of the easiest things to texture in Blender. I mean, there are anime styles like the VTuber style, don't get me wrong, that I don't want to touch that one. I could try one day if you guys want me to. But it's like this style that you're seeing right now that I feel like anybody could pick up if they really wanted to. It's not, you don't really have to have a steady hand because Blender has a smoothing, a stabilized brush, and you know, it's just solid colors. You just have to color pick it from the thing. I love image matching. I love matching around references and stuff. It's just fun. I just want to see my 3D models all look like the pictures that I was given. You know, the shader I use for these models is actually, I was actually super happy with them because it was the first time that I looked at a shader and made a change to it to do something that I wanted it to do, and I liked it a lot. I like how it turned out. It's literally just, it takes one image and that's the image when it's in light. It takes another image and that's the image when it's dark. And I'll probably make a tutorial for it later on. Right now I'm making some custom normals for it right now so that the face, it reacts to light in the way that it should as an anime model. Like you can see the normals, you can see how they bend and form around the topology of the face, but we don't want that because it's supposed to be a 2D image. So we make this custom normal so you have like a flat line. And that's pretty much the Chiaki. Let's go see these renders. I love this one. I'm gonna post the downloads in my Discord for boosters, so join my Discord server .gg/vsnvrc, and you can see, like, I think the face edits itself looks really good. I like how the hair turned out and stuff, and that's the original model for comparison. You can really see how like all the changes that we just did really come together and make this updated model. Now for the part 2. This is Chihiro Fukisaki. I've never even touched this model. This is my first time ever messing around with this MMD model. I've seen it used a lot. I've heard that it's like the only model used for Chihiro, and I want to change that. So I'm using the same exact model, but I'm slightly changing it. This was actually the first model that I made. I made this before the Chiaki, and I forgot to record making the body and the clothes. So I'm going to show you guys what it looked like at the end when it was done, but I only recorded doing the face. My bad. I think before making this Chihiro model, the last time I touched an MMD Danganronpa model was probably like a year and a half. So I had to spend like a solid few hours trying to remember how to use an MMD model in Blender. But anyways, like the core concepts of what we just did with the Chiaki model still apply to this one. You can see this is how I'm actually making the eye. It's just a 8-segment circle, and I subdivide it, make the outlines for the parts where I'm gonna put the black outlines and the shine of it. Something I've noticed was different from the anime, from the games, is that the animes tend to have like a gradient from the top to bottom. And I don't know, I just thought that was something to notice because it kind of tripped me out for the first time. And UV mapping the hair on this was kind of hell on earth. And the same thing happened with the Makoto model too when I did that, because they just piled it all on top of each other, and it was horrible to use. Like, this is probably about an hour cut into like a minute, and it was so bad. And I don't like it. That's partly the reason why I like to work on my own models rather than MMD models now, is because I like to handle my own UV maps. But again, the same as Chiaki, we're using proportional editing to like resculpt the hair to fit the reference. And you know, don't worry about the normals necessarily. Obviously make sure that it's shaped really well from multiple angles. But the normals itself, MD models infamously have pretty bad normals. And that's because we're going to put custom normals on them using data transfer. And feel free to reach out to me if you're confused on any of the stuff I'm talking about in this video, because I'm so down to make a follow-up video to go more in depth on specific details of some of this stuff. There's a lot of things you can do with these models. I mean, one of my like biggest all-time goals to do with models is to like actually animate something long-term. Like I'd love to animate Danganronpa 2, like the prologue or chapter 1 or something for like a year-long project. I feel like that'd be awesome. That'd be so fun to do, and get like a bunch of people working on it and stuff. I feel like that would be like amazing to do. And you know, I hardly do renders and stuff. I mainly just make models for fun, but I'd love to start getting into animation and stuff like that. Like when I met Luigi TSG, I was just kind of like, damn, like this shit's real. Like you can actually animate. Because I don't know why I thought that was just something that only people at like Pixar could do, and I can just make models, but I can't animate. But you know, maybe I'll make a video like animating every day. I'll make one short animation. But anyways, we're about to be finished right here, making the outlines and stuff. But you know, this one was fun, especially for the first one that I did. I learned a lot of like editing models, and it's pretty easy, and I highly encourage anyone with Blender to try it out. And here we go. Yeah, the clothing on this one turned out pretty nice. I really like it, but I think the head is a big improvement from the original model, which is right here. Yeah, it's an iconic model in like the space, but I feel like there was a lot of improvements that could be made for me personally. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. It wasn't the usual style that I usually do with like modeling it from scratch, and that's my bad. I got lazy. I'm working on a sidecar right now, but I'm not recording any footage for it. But if you join my Discord server, discord.gg/bsnvrc, you can see all the updates for it as they come out. Also, if you join my Discord, you get to vote on next video concepts, because I'm branching out from Blender content into more so like retrospective content. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.